ladies, congratulations on Brian Banks. You both did an amazing job in the film.
Thank you.
I love that you're both such a sense of like support for Brian in the movie. And so I'm wondering, what was it that first connected you to your characters?
For me, the courageousness of someone that's been through something quite tragic, and then to come through it and to not let it define you, but to work through it and find the hope. And Karina finds that in Brian's story too, and meeting Brian. And I just think they're the most bravest people in the world. So
I connected with it when I read the script and saw Leomi, Brian Banks' mother. The courageousness that she had, the love for her son, the devastation of not being able to protect your child when something devastating happens, and her faith, how it got her through. And if you meet Leomi, she's very quiet, she's very shy, she's about to get her master's degree. But, you know, she doesn't feel like she's any hero. She just says, I love my son. But that was the bedrock of his sanity when he was going through his deepest and his darkest moments. So I connected to her as a mother of a child who could very well be Brian Banks. And I was inspired by Leomi.
Well, the mother-son bond was really kind of the heart of the film in many ways. Yeah. So what was it like developing that on set with Aldous?
Well, I have it with my child, and Brian Banks was on the set every day. So I brought what I had, but Brian Banks would talk to me about his mother and how much love he had for her. And he couldn't watch the scenes that Aldous and I did. Then I had Aldous, who had his mother there all the time. His mother was there. So he talked about how much his mother meant to him. So it was all this mother-son stuff. And one thing Brian said was he would always look to his mother for everything. So in all the scenes, Aldous would always look at me and go, Ma, as if I need you to help me. And the devastation of never being able to, you're called to protect your child, and not being able to protect your child in those pivotal moments. That's what I would get.
Wow.
And how I got that mother-son connection.
That's amazing. I think you could really feel that.
Thank you.
And Melanie, I think Karina is so important because she shows the other side of the justice system, right? Like men or people like Brian will be accused of things they didn't do, but also victims like Karina don't get to face their abusers. They don't get justice because of the fear of neglect. You know?
Yeah, and Karina actually was courageous enough to tell her story to her the people that should have been protecting her within the college, and no one believed her. Right. Which is astounding, but it happens every day as well. Another common story that happens on campus. So to bring awareness to that and for them to come together, I mean, it just shows a great balance within the film.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now, overall, what message do you hope audiences take away from this story and from your characters?
I hope that parents can see that they make such a difference in their child's life, but also that we work to change the judicial system. That, you know, God forbid your child is ever in front of a DA or a judge who holds the future of your child in their hands. You want to know you did the work to elect a person that will represent your interests. And little things is go and do jury duty, because if something happens, you want someone who represents you.
Right.
So I am hoping that people get that from this movie.
I love that. That's really important. Yeah.
And I mean, this is happening every day, so just to bring awareness, to make more movies like this to watch when they see us. Another movie that is out right now, just to bring awareness is brilliant to something that needs change.
And also to see, if you look at Brian Banks, Aldous Hodge played him. Yeah. He has the right to be bitter and not forgiving, but he has such a countenance of joy and love of life, and I'm moving on and I'm moving forward, and he wants to change the world. So when you go through things, you can get through them when you look at Brian Banks.
I love that. It's almost a celebration too, that he's able to push forward, and having stories like that really helps us.
Completely a celebration. And I hope people are inspired as much as we are by this movie. I read the script and was inspired, and honestly, I felt so uplifted from seeing this movie the first time. I was like, whoa, this feels great.
So did I. I didn't know the story, and now I'm just like, I have to learn more about CID.
Yeah.
Yes. And the California Innocence Project, to shine a light on this, is a phenomenal organization that really tries to right wrongs, and they don't take a dime. Yeah, so to be able to help them do what they do.